Hi guys, welcome to Barron's Online. So today I'm going to take you through a really lovely Pilates workout. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it and we're going to get started. So legs, first of all, hip distance, standing as tall as you possibly can, rolling the shoulders, reaching down in towards the mat. We're going to start thinking about weight shifts, so it's going to just start to rock. Taking the weight into the toes, back into the heels. Just a little forwards and back rock. And this is just a really nice way of trying to find that central point. So we want the weight to be centered through the body. So if we start to reduce the amount, we're rocking forwards and back, and we're going to settle in that neutral position so that weight is centered. Slight bend in the knees, hands to the hips, we have a forwards tilt and a back. So forwards and back, we think as we come forwards, that is our point A, and as we come back, that is our point C. So we're just again trying to establish a neutral position with the pelvis. So if we start just to reduce the tilts, and if we come to that midpoint, and we can just settle there. So again, the pelvis is neutral. Let's think about breath. So Pilates breath, hands to the side of the rib cage to feel the breath. We start to take that breath in, through the nose and out through the mouth. What I want you to feel is an expansion in the rib cage as you're breathing in, and the relaxation as you're breathing out. So the hands should be coming away, coming slightly further towards one another as you breathing in and out. So it's just a nice way of feeling that the breath is going into the right direction. So once we engage our muscles, the muscles will stay engaged and you can still breathe away quite nicely without relaxing. Bring your arms down by your side and now start to think about the pelvic muscles. We want to lift upwards and squeeze inwards. So we're pulling up as much as we can, really feeling a lovely, well, it's not lovely, you're kind of feeling that really nice squeezing, but you know that you're lifting as much as you can, and it will feel uncomfortable the further up you lift. We want that feeling to then release out to about 30%. The abdominals again. If you just place the hand onto the belly, draw the belly button back as much as you can towards the spine and just releasing out to about 30%. So again, we've got engagement, it's not uncomfortable, but we know when the muscles are engaged and we can start the class. Hands down by the side. We're going to start mobilization, so we're going to do a simple rotation of the head, just turning from side to side. Don't worry about your breathing at this point. Just keep thinking about that rotation, just as we start to think about mobilizing through the upper part of the spine. And then we're coming back to the center. We're going to lower the ear down and lift it up. And again, lower down and lift. So we start to feel length through the side of the body or through the side of the neck as we lower down. And again. Lifting up. This time the chin is coming down towards the chest and then lifting up. Coming down towards the chest and lift. And down and lift. And if we bring the chin down to chest and just start to roll along, just notice what you're feeling into the top of the spine. You might hear a few crackles, don't worry, your ears are very close to the neck. Coming back, we come back to the center and we lift the chin. The shoulders lift and the shoulders lower. So we lift and lower, and again, just a nice way of releasing any tension that we may be carrying within our shoulders. And then we're going to go for a rotation. So we're going to open into the chest, take a breath in and out. Nice circles, and then we reverse. So we squeeze and come forwards. Bringing the hands into a prayer-like position, we have a rotation, keeping the hips facing forwards and a rotation. So again, spinal rotation, just starting to think about those muscles in our backs. And again, a rotation, coming back towards the center, and again. Let's bring the arms down to our sides and we start to take a lean from side to side. You can lift the elbow up if you wish. just to increase the amount of stretch and that lengthening through the side of the body. And again. One more to each side. Coming back to the center, we take a foot pedal. We lift and we lower. So we're doing singular lifts, lowering down. Try and keep the pelvis stable. So just a lift and a lower. A lift and a lower. And let's take both. So we're going to lift up onto the toes and down. Let's float the arms at the same time. So we're coming up onto the toes, floating the arms down, lift and float. Lift, float. Take the arms out to the side, lift up onto the toes, float the arms down. Imagine you're bringing your arms down through some thick custard, so you've got that resistance as you're bringing the arms down. Palms face forward, squeeze into the shoulders as you bring the arms back, lifting up, lowering down. And again. Out to the side, lift, lower down. Lift, float those arms, float those arms. Take a single knee raise, up and down. Lift and lower, up and down. Lift and lower. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Let's take the leg behind, float the arms up and down. Lift and down. And again. Four more. Lift. Two more. From here we're going to open the hips, so we're going to circle around. So again, just opening here, and again, two more. Bring the arms across the chest, we take a simple squat, down and lift. Sitting the bottom back, lifting up. And again, sitting down and lifting. Two more. Last one, let's bring the arms up and we take that little swing and lift. Letting it go. Two more. Last time. And bring the arms down. Well done. You should be feeling a little bit warmer now. We start off, legs hip distance, bring those arms up, relax the shoulders, take a breath in, come over to the side. Breath out, lift to center, and again. So just coming over and lifting. Feeling through the side of the waist as you lift. Bringing those arms down, stepping the feet together, lifting up. Now we're going to push the hip out and lift. So push and lift. So you're pushing the hip out in the opposite direction to the side you're taking that lean. Now take the legs a little wider. Exactly the same, so we're lifting up, we're coming over to the side and lifting. See if you can come a little further over, but remember you've got to lift up again. Let's take 2 more. Well done. Bring those arms down, step in, just roll the shoulders. We're going to come straight down onto the mat. Let's start off seated onto our bottoms. We're just going to take hold under the knees, seated tall, and we're going to round into the spine, tilt the pelvis and chin slightly nods, and then roll up. And again. So we create the C curve in the spine, draw the belly back, rounding up, lifting all the way up, and again, rounding through the spine, peeling up, and again. From here, we can take the arms forwards and do exactly the same, rounding, lifting. And again, as you exhale, draw the belly back, round into the spine, lift, and again. Let's go for 2 more of these. Breath out. Lift. And again. Lift. Now from here, if you want to, you can either stick with that one or we can come all the way down to the mat. Arms come overhead. Take a breath in. Exhale, start to peel up. And again, it must be nice and smooth. So if you're finding that you're having to jolt to lift, then just stick to the half roll down. And the full one will come. If you've got any spinal problems, you might stick to the half rather than all the way down. See how you feel. And again. Nice and controlled. Let's go for 2 more. Last one. Well done. Seating up nice and tall. Let's just take the hands together so we make palm to palm. We go into the bow and arrow, so we bring one elbow back, lift, other side. Let the head just follow to where the elbow is going. Breathing out, breathing in. Lift, and again. Nice and controlled. Lift. Now as we draw the elbow back, let's stay here and just have a little tiny pulse. Keeping the arm really still. Lift, the same on the other side, the arm comes back. Little tiny pulse. Lift, one at a time. One more to each side. Well done. Okay, so from here we're going to just transfer over into that kneeling position. So we start off just floating the arms up and down, squeezing the bottom, floating up and down, drawing the belly in. If you want to add a lean, lift. Front of the thighs, the abdominals. Two more. Last one. Well done. So from here we're going to sit down on to our heels. Squeezing the front of the thigh. Let's just take a clasp with the hand. Squeeze the front of the thigh and lift. Slowly lower down. And again, so you're squeezing through the front of the thigh, lifting up, squeezing the bottom, lifting up, and then slowly lowering down. Squeeze, down. Let's go for two more. Nice and controlled. Last one. Down, control. So from here, let's have a little tiny pulse. Should be feeling it now, guys. Little tiny pulse. And lower down. One last little exercise. You should be feeling those thighs now. We're going to lift to a hover, pelvic tilt. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. Let's go for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Well done. I'm sure you definitely felt that then. So, from here we're going to go on to an all fours position. From here we're going to come down onto the forearm. We're going to extend the leg behind the heel, slightly inwards rotation and a lift and a lower. Control. Lift. Now stay here, have a little tiny squeeze and pulse. Bring the leg down, bring the leg in. Set yourself up, the other side, leg extends, slightly inwards rotation with that heel. Lift and lower. Nice and controlled. Hold the leg, tiny pulse. Bring that leg down. Sit back onto the heels into your shell pose. Let's come down onto our tummies. So we make ourselves into a fork-like shape with the forearms down, the head just resting just slightly above on your mat. And as you take the breath out, lifting up. Breathing into lower. Now make sure the elbows stay down as you exhale, lift. So again, working into the lower back, guys. Breath out. Breath in. Nice and controlled. So again, it's really important that we work the muscles in the back as well as your abdominals. So we're really working on strengthening the whole of the core. 2 more. Breath out as you're lifting. Breath in as you're lowering. 1 more, breath out. Well done. Just bring the hands in. Rest the head down on the hands. Now from here we're going to bring the heels together and we're going to start just to tap the heels together. Keep the head rested on the hands and it's just little heel taps. This is going to work your glutes. So the legs slightly raised up off the floor. And we're just beating, we're in like a ballet first position. So the toes are out, the heels are touching as you're beating. Hopefully you start to feel the glutes working pretty quick. Starting to kick in and fire. Now from here we go opposite, so we take an internal rotation and we try and beat our 2 big toes together. So you're trying to get big toes to big toe, little tap. So inner thighs. Well done, and just release down, just rest. Let's bring the hands just underneath the shoulders. As we take a breath out, we're going to lift up, squeeze the bottom, and then lower down. Control. Breath out, raise up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and lower down. Breath out, lift. Breath in to lower. Lift. Lower. Lift. And lower. Control. Go for 2 more. lower. Well done. So let's bring ourselves up, and we're going to come over, and we're going to make our way down onto our mat. So we're going to have a lie down, nice and controlled. Let's just bring the knees in, have a little rock from side to side. We're going to take it into our single leg stretch. So we take one hand to the outside of the knee, this other hand goes to the same leg on the inner ankle, and the leg extends the head and shoulders, option to raise. Switch. Nice and controlled. Well done, come down. So, we take the hands just to the outside the ankle, extend the arms and the legs, sweep round, lift the head and shoulders and come for a little hug. As we go into double leg stretch. Lengthen around and squeeze. We lengthen, we sweep, we squeeze. Lengthen around, hug. Let's take two more. Last time. Well done. Let's have a little rock, a little massage from side to side. Let's take a pencil stretch. So we're going to lengthen from the fingers towards the toes, drawing that belly button down towards your spine as we finish off a little stretch. So we're feeling lengthening through the body. Releasing, bringing knee towards the chest. Let's take a lengthened leg. Take a bend in the knee. And release. On the other side, knee comes in towards the chest. Take a lengthened leg. Slight bend in the knee. And release. Let's take one arm across the body. And the other side. And release. Bring the arms down. Let's take a moment to rest. Taking some breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Knees come in. Roll to seated. Bring yourself into a crouch. Lengthen those legs. Slowly roll. Hands come into the small of the back to open the chest. Bring the arms forwards. Take a lift. Coming over to lengthen. Take that breath in. Out. Bring your hands down. Give yourself a really big clap. Well done, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed today's Pilates class. Take care and hopefully see you all soon.